My sister convinced our entire family to skip my wedding during her divorce by lying that I was the reason she had a divorce. Years later, she wants me to share my baby with her because she is infertile. Hey, Reddit. I don't really post here often, but after reading a bunch of other stories about family drama, I felt like I needed to get this off my chest. For context, I'm 27 female, and I've been married for 3 years now. My relationship with my older sister, let's call her Lisa, 30 female, has always been rocky. But things hit a whole new level of toxic when she decided to sabotage my wedding. To set the scene a bit, Lisa was going through a divorce at the time. Her marriage was falling apart because her husband didn't want kids, and Lisa had always dreamed of being a mom. Now I'm not here to debate whether or not that's a deal breaker because, yeah, it totally is. But Lisa knew about his feelings before they got married. He was very clear about wanting a child-free life, but she married him anyway, thinking she could change his mind. So their marriage was on its last legs right around the time I was planning my wedding. My fiancé, now husband, and I had been together for 4 years, and we were excited to finally tie the knot. We had spent months saving up and planning every detail. We were ready for it. But Lisa decided my wedding was somehow a personal attack on her. At first, it was small comments, like how I was being insensitive for planning a wedding while she was dealing with her divorce. I brushed it off because, honestly, Lisa has always been a bit of a drama queen. Growing up, she was the golden child. She could do no wrong in my parents' eyes, while I was usually the one in trouble for not doing things her way. If she was upset, everything stopped until she felt better. So her being upset about my wedding wasn't surprising, but I figured she'd get over it. Then my parents got involved. They called me up and asked me to postpone the wedding. Let me say that again. They wanted me to postpone my wedding because Lisa was getting divorced. I thought they were joking at first. When I realized they were serious, I told them that wasn't happening. My fiancé and I had already put down deposits and sent out invitations. Plus, why should my wedding have to take a backseat to Lisa's problems? Her divorce wasn't my fault, and I wasn't going to put my life on hold for her. Well, my parents didn't take that well. They told me I was being selfish and that family should come first. I argued that Lisa's divorce had nothing to do with my wedding and that she could either be happy for me or not come. That's when they dropped the bombshell. If I didn't postpone the wedding, they wouldn't attend. They were willing to skip their own daughter's wedding to protect Lisa's feelings. I was heartbroken. I'd always known they favored Lisa, but this felt like a betrayal on another level. I told them they were free to make their own decisions, but that I wasn't changing my plans. I figured that would be the end of it. If they didn't want to come, fine. At least I'd have my fiancé, my friends, and his family to support me. But Lisa wasn't done yet. She started spreading lies to the rest of the family. At first, she told everyone I was being cruel by getting married while she was going through a tough time. Some people felt bad for her, but didn't think that was enough of a reason to skip my wedding. So Lisa escalated. She started telling people I was the reason her marriage ended. According to her, I had convinced her husband to leave her because I was jealous of her and couldn't stand the idea of her having kids before me. Let me just say for the record, I barely knew her husband. We've maybe had a handful of conversations over the years, and none of them were deep or personal. The idea that I would interfere in their marriage is ridiculous. But Lisa lied with so much confidence that people started believing her. Some of our relatives even blocked me without saying a word. I found out later from a cousin that Lisa had told them I'd been rubbing it in her face, that I was getting married, and that I'd been bragging about how I'd convinced her husband to leave her. None of it was true. But by the time I heard about it, the damage was done. When my wedding day finally arrived, almost none of my family showed up.